Hello and welcome everybody to a Tuesday. It is early Tuesday morning, just before 2 a.m. here Eastern Standard Time around Scarborough, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. I'm Mikey, of course, MikeySuzeFour. My wife Suzanne is currently indisposed, but she's working on something right now. Probably going to go to bed pretty soon. Me too, as well. But I want to go ahead and get through these TOS reviews very quickly. But before I do, I started 5 minutes early. I know I did say 2 a.m., but I did say actually, we'll just try for now. Anyway, here's what's going down. I always told you folks, right? I've always been upfront with everybody that we know in our immediate community, 315 wonderful persons strong, with our mix of managing moderators and all the rest of you being standard mods that you can promote your channels at any time. Okay, here's what we're facing. Right now, my phone and my wife's phone are suspended. They're only set for emergencies only. And the reason is because, as we mentioned a few weeks ago, a homeless man, he's not harmless by any stretch, bastard. Anyway, a homeless man stole from us, took one of my wife's phones. Well, unfortunately, the phone had some links to my immediate phone, the reason I call it an immediate phone is because it has emergency information there, right? It's got my parents, somebody who stole the other phone from my wife tried to call my parents, and my parents didn't recognize it, so obviously they were like, "What's going on?" Well, we were able to finally get a hold of our folks, and let us know that somebody stole the other phone. So we had to put a suspension on our phones until we could get that fixed. Thank you, Mike. Mike Seha from Sweden. From Sweden, my brother. How are you, Mike? Greetings. Thumbs up, Mikey. Thank you. Yeah, not good. Yeah, I know, Mike. I know. So for right now, any streaming I planned on doing, live streaming is temporarily suspended. It's in hiatus. I can't help that. I have to make sure that my phone, that I can reach my parents, that I can reach Larry, from BRS Adventures. He's my brother, to keep aware of his status, to make sure he's okay, to reach Brother Jay in case something happens to him, with Leanna or both of them. I want to be, Suzanne and I want to be able to keep track of them. And we do have other set phone numbers, to our cousins and so on. So we're trying to keep those private. We don't want anybody to call those numbers at all. Those are kept to ourselves. They're private numbers, private cell numbers, to my brother and everything else. So that's all set. The problem is that because this homeless man got a hold of that, stole this other phone from us, it was, those numbers were in danger. And I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware that everything was linked that way. So we had to make sure, first of all, we had to make sure that phone ran out of power. And we realized he didn't buy, because otherwise, if it was still running, the pinging would be on there. The cops, forget the Toronto cops. They don't do shit. They won't do anything. I'm sorry, I said the S word, but yeah, they won't do anything about it. They said, "Oh, short of, if they had a gun to your head and you had the phone, they were stealing it from you. Oh, sure, we would do something, but no, just because somebody snatched it from you, a purse snatcher, a homeless man, purse snatcher bastard, took it. There's nothing they can really do. They said, you can continue to ping him. If he still continues to try to use the phone illegally, we can go get him, but that would take a lot of time, effort. Oh, sorry, we got more important things to do, you know. Yeah, like eat donuts, morons. Anyway, sorry, I'm just kind of upset right now. Yeah, Mike, you're doing okay? I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, not good. Yeah, if you had a lasso, you could have tried roping him in. Oh, a lasso, yeah, as he ran off. Yeah, I wish. Or we could have timed something to the phone so that if he tried to use an illegal or use one of our numbers illegally or whatever. There could be a timer set off, like something on Mission Impossible. You have 5 minutes and then the thing will explode in your face. I wish they had something set up like that. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, Mike says haul him to a dungeon. Yes, sir. I totally agree with you there. Yeah, Mike, you're great. Thank you for being here, my friend. Kronos, hey Kronos, welcome. Hey, MikeySuzeFour from Kronos and Max. Hey all. Mike says sorry about this bad event, though. I hope you can deal with it and not have it hurt you too much. I hope not either, sir. And this is probably the best thing is I can still do these webcams. I still have plans to do. I still have you know, um, 3 shows to finish. That's what I did on plan on doing before I was going to get, like I said, into mysteries. Probably won't get into that until next month now. So that's fine. I mean, I want to try to catch up on all these shows, reviews, and things that I do. Add a few more watch hours, add a little more to the algorithm, things like that. So I've already got stuff. Yeah, I have a bit more hair than you do. Oh, thanks, Kronos. Hi, Kronos, from Mike, and Kronos says, "Hey, Mike, hey." And by the way, Mike, that is say how that is Maximilian from the Black Hole, that Walt Disney live action film that featured Sir Anthony Perkins, the guy who was in Psycho, Tony. Yeah, Tony Perkins. Yeah, all right, Mike says, yeah. Cronus says I need to trim. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I know, sir. It's fine. It's totally cool. I plan to keep this all year. Yeah, at least till the end of the year. Sure. We'll see what happens afterwards. If it gets too crazy, then with the cold and everything, yeah, then I'll probably just cut it off. But the beard works. Awesome, Cronus. Thank you. Well, you said it works. Cool. I'll just keep it. No worries. Okay, so like I said, until we can get our phone issues resolved, for now, just don't anticipate any live streams from this channel. Uh, for the time being, just anticipate, I'll be doing webcams mostly to catch you guys and gals up on the 3 shows we have left. Get Smart, TOS, and then A Team to finish those shows out. When we get those shows all finished out, which I think I plan to stick on doing, then we can continue, move on from there. So again, I am so sorry. I really do apologize for the mysteries and so forth. They'll have to be put on future hold, way future hold, until we can get things resolved. But it shouldn't take too long. Uh, Now, as for my birthday coming up on Monday, the 22nd, that's about 6 days away. Yeah, we'll just have a small webcam thing. My wife and I will both be on here, and we'll just, celebrate my birthday, my 60th birthday, and we'll have some fun. And maybe we'll have some of the phone issue handled by that time. We'll see what happens. I would love to do at least a live stream for that, for my birthday, and have Suzanne be here, and everything, and and yeah, I pity the fool. Yeah, I pity the fool. Yeah, Kronos, hit that like button. Don't look 60. Oh, thanks, Kronos. How old do I look, my friend? How old do I look? You can tell me in the chat. I can take it. I can handle it. You think I look older? Oh boy. Anyway, oh, excuse me. Where did that come from? Yikes. Okay. Uh, you're only as old as you feel. You got it, Kronos. You are totally cool. Oh, and look, Mike Seha, of course, is ranked #1. They're doing the top fans thing now. So currently we got Seha at #1, and we got Kronos and Max at #2. And if somebody else comes in, they'll be #3, and so on. So top fans. So cool. All right, let's take a look then at the first episode. We're looking at season 2, episode 11 of TOS. We're looking at Friday's Child. This is the one that featured Julie Newmar, who was having the child called, Leonard James Akar. Yeah. The Federation clashes with the Klingon Empire over mining rights to Capella 4. A sudden coup between its warrior-minded inhabitants forces Kirk's party to flee with the now dead leader's pregnant wife. Cool. That aired on Friday, December 1st, 1967. And I got a 6.7 out of 10, so about a C grade. I'm going to be a little bit more generous. I give like a C plus. That's pretty much what I'm giving. And then The Deadly Years, which premiered the following Friday, December 8th, 1967, is where the landing party from the Enterprise is exposed to strange forms of radiation, which rapidly ages them. That got a 7.3 out of 10 as well. So I would say, again, a C plus is what I was looking at. Okay. So let's look at Friday's. Oh, and over 3,800 people have watched the first episode we're looking at, and then the same number have looked at the second episode as well. And that is what their grades came up with. Okay, so on Friday's Child, sorry, I'm trying to get rid of stuff here. Give me one quick second. All these crazy ads and stuff. Okay, so Joseph Pevney directed this episode, and both Gene Roddenberry and DC Fontana wrote the episode. And then, of course, the usual suspects, Shatner, Nimoy, and Kelly. All right, so yeah, we're going to take a look at Julie Newmar, who played Elaine, and then we're going to look at Teague Andrews, who plays Cross. Yeah, we're going to look at those two guys, or one guy and one gal. So, yeah. Okay, let's look at the trivia. Alrighty. Oh, stop. All these dumb ads. Okay. All right. This is the only episode in which Uhura and Sulu call Scotty by his nickname. Otherwise, they call him Mr. Scott. For his first 4 appearances in the series, including this episode, Walter Koenig wore the Monkees 1965 style wig, which he absolutely detested. In one interview, he made joking and uncomplimentary references to that wig. The actors playing Capellan warriors were given elevated shoes to make them appear like giants. Ma'ab's high headgear served the same purpose. This was also addressed in the mission briefing on the Enterprise by Dr. McCoy, who said it's not unusual for the locals to be 7 foot tall. Third Time Bones uses the saying, "I'm a doctor, not a, in this case, escalator." And this is the first episode where all 7 classic crew members, Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, Uhura, Sulu, and Chekhov, appear in the same scene in the teaser, discussing the background for the Capellans, although Sulu is seen only on a view screen reporting from the bridge. The other 6 are all in the same briefing room together. The 6 also appear in the same scene together at the very end on the bridge, but Sulu is still absent, although the right arm of a helmsman that should be him is seen at the right edge of the screen. Okay. Remember, we're not doing the goofs anymore. So let's see if we have the soundtrack. Okay. Yeah. And of course, the original music still credited to Alexander Courage and sung by Luli Jean Norman. Yeah. Very cool. All right. And let's see. All right. Now, they did film outside of LA at the Vasquez Rocks Natural Area Park. That stood in for Capella 4, as it did for a lot of other scenes throughout the series, as well as, for Arena and things like that. So, there was there. And then, of course, the interiors were filmed at Desilu Studios. The filming dates were from May 19th, 1967 to May 29th, 1967. So there was 10 days period where they filmed. Some of it, of course, being outside. So, all right. All right, so then let's take a look at Julie and let's see here. All right, Julie, of course, is an actress, but she also has worked on soundtrack before. And let's see, she did a voice in Batman vs. Two-Face in 2017. Okay, Julia Shelen Newmeyer was born on August 16th, 1933, in Los Angeles, the eldest of three children. Her father, Don, was a one time professional football player. He played for the LA Buccaneers in 1926. Her mother, Helene Jesmer, was a star of the Follies of 1920 and later became a fashion designer under the professional name of Shelen. From an early age, Julie studied piano, dance, and classical ballet. She graduated from high school at the age of 15 and spent a year touring Europe with her mother and brother. Very cool. She is, well, of course, she's already had a birthday, so she is the ripe old age of 92 years old. Wow. Julie Newmar. That is so cool. Okay. Let's see. So in 1961, she appeared in a movie called The Marriage Go Round, where she was Katrine Zweig. In 1954, she was in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers movie, where she played Dorcas Galen, using her last maiden name, Newmeyer, Julie Newmeyer. Um, in 1964 to 1965, she was in that limited series called the My Living Doll, where she played Rhoda Miller, who was created by a professor there in the series as a robot. And she was the living doll from 1964 to 1965 in 26 episodes. Now, there was also a movie back in 1989, which is called Ghost Can't Do It, and she showed up as a actress, or her name was Angel in that. So, okay, yeah, and I did mention the last thing she worked on was before she finally, I think, retired, was Batman versus Two Face, which was a animated video back in 2017. She did play her voice of the Catwoman in that. She did her Catwoman voice in a voiceover. So very cool, Julie Newmar, and she is, like I said, 92 years old, 92 years young, and I'm sure she's pretty much retired by now. So, okay. All right, and then we'll take a look at Teague Andrews. All right, we did lose Teague, unfortunately, back in 2007, and he was both writer and an actor. He appeared in a movie called Gypsy Angels in 1990. Teague was born on March 19th, 1920, in Brooklyn, New York. He was an actor and writer known for Mod Squad in 1968 for that series. He was on the movie Raid on Entebbe in 1976 and The Detectives back in 1959. He was married to Norma Thornton and then remarried to Josephine Bernice Phillips. He died in Encino, California on January 27th, 2007. He died at the age of 86 and nominated for one Primetime Emmy. Okay, let's see. So going back in reverse order years here. So in 1955, he appeared in the movie Mr. Roberts as Wiley. Then in 1959 to 1962, he was Detective Lieutenant John Russo in that TV series The Detectives from 1959 to 1962, and he appeared in 97 episodes of that. Then in 1968 to 1973, he was in the Mod Squad TV series as Captain Adam Greer, which featured, that wonderful Peggy Lipton, Lauren, or Clarence Williams III, and I can't remember the third guy, but anyway, um, he was in 123 episodes of that as the captain, and then in 1976 on Raid on Entebbe, he played Shimon Perez, based on the true story in 1976. According to IMDb background information, the last movie or TV show he worked on, he was Carmine Abruzzi in the one episode of Murder, She Wrote back in 1991 TV series. And that was from season 7 episode 11 with Angela Lansbury, and it was called Family Doctor in that one. So that was the last thing he worked on. So that was Teague Andrews. Okay. Very cool. All right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we'll get to the Deadly Years here in just a minute. Let's take a look at the chat. All right. Klingons are annoying. Yes, they are. Yeah, so we started off with Mike Seha from Sweden. Mike, I'm so glad that you're here. And Mike, you can promote your channel, sir, if you'd like. Please do, if you want to. Yeah, just to put up your YouTube link so people can subscribe to you, sir, if you want to. It's up to you, sir. Kronos, my friend, brother, you can do the same thing. Kronos, you can also, put up your YouTube link if you wish. Yeah, but you've been so kind to me tonight. Rock on. Thank you, Kronos. Okay, well then let's go to our next episode, and we'll get through that tonight, and then tomorrow Wednesday sometime we'll do the other 2 episodes we're planning to do this week for 18 with season 5 episodes 8 and 9. So okay, so The Deadly Years again was also directed by Joseph Pevney, this time along with Gene Roddenberry. David P. Harmon, Harmon, was the writer of the episode. Okay, and let's see. Let's look at Sarah Marshall, who played Janet Wallace in this, and we'll also look at Charles Drake, who played Commodore Stalker, who tried to take over the Enterprise because everybody was getting too old, and even Leonard Nimoy as Spock couldn't function. So, so that was a weird episode, believe me. Oh, and Majel Barrett did appear in person for this episode as Christine Chapel. So she also made an appearance along with the regulars. Okay, so we'll look at Charles and Sarah. First of all, we'll go and take a look at the trivia first. Okay. Now, it says the cast were oversized versions of their the cast wore oversized versions of their costumes as their characters aged in order to give the impression that they were shrinking. Having been born on July 16th, 1882, Felix Locker, Robert Johnson, was the earliest born actor to appear in any Star Trek episode or film. William Shatner resisted looking too old as Captain Kirk aged. This is why at first the aging Kirk's hairline is receding, but later his hair is more full. Kirk's age 34 is established in this episode. William Shatner was 36 at the time. In the world of Star Trek, William Shatner relates that he endured an excruciating makeup session for this episode, all for nothing, because the shooting day was just about to end. The producers caught his exasperation in a clip preserved on the famous blooper reels, wherein he snaps at the show's associate producer, Bob Justman, "I'm going home now. I'm going to spend 3 hours on the makeup table tomorrow, putting this effing makeup back on, and it's your fault." Okay. And there is one spoiler to this. So if you have not seen the episode, go ahead and put your hands over your ears for just this one brief spoiler. Okay. No special effects shots were filmed for this episode. The entire Romulan attack is created by using stock footage from Balance of Terror episode in 1966 and Errand of Mercy in 1967. In addition, no actual Romulans appeared in this episode. They would not be seen again until the Enterprise Incident episode, which premiered in 1968. Okay, now you can remove your hands from your ears, folks. All right, like I said, we don't do goofs anymore. And we know the soundtrack's the same. So now we'll just look at the production dates, and then we'll look at the 2 people that worked on this, 2 of the crew that worked on this. Okay. So The filming date for this entire thing says it was done in one day, August 3rd, 1967, there at Desilu Studios. That's so cool. All right, so let's take a look at the cast and crew. Going to the cast and crew. All right, so we'll look at Charles Drake first. Okay, we did unfortunately lose Drake early on, a while ago, back in 1994, as an actor. He was born October 2nd, 1917, in New York City, and he died September 10th, 1994. He was only 76 years of age. He was a personable actor. Charles Drake was born originally Charles Louis Rupert, so he's French. He graduated from Nichols College in 1937 and initially became a salesman before switching to acting in 1939 and appearing in little theater productions. He changed his stage name to the more suitable Charles Drake, and in the late 1930s, he managed to snag a contract with Warner Brothers. Drake started apprenticing in small, often unbilled roles in what would become enduring uh, World War II era classics like The Hunchback of Notre Dame and so on. Okay, here's a couple things he is known for. In 1950, oh no, sorry, going back to 1945, he was in a movie called Conflict, where he played Professor Norman Holsworth. In 1950, he was in Harvey, that big, that big rabbit, Invisible Rabbit movie. He played Dr. Raymond Sanderson in that with the great late Henry Fonda. Um, then let's see. Oh no, that was James Stewart, not Henry Fonda. Rewired the machine in my head. Okay, yeah, that was Mr. James Stewart. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, Harvey. And then in 1953, he was in the B movie classic It Came from Outer Space, where he plays Sheriff Matt Warren. And finally, another movie he's known for is The Swimmer. In 1968, he played Howard Graham in that. And in The Swimmer, that was Burt Lancaster, I believe. We had seen that movie, Gorilla and I, and some of our friends. Really bizarre. Yeah. He would go from house to house and swim in people's swimming pools. And yeah, Charles Drake was in that film. Okay. And according to the information here, the very last thing he worked on was a movie called My Brother's Wedding in 1983, where he played Pastor Number 2. Okay. And before that, he did Macmillan and Wife for one episode in 1976. He played Webb Hilliard. I hope I said that right. And that was season 6, episode 1, All Bets Off, in the Macmillan and Wife TV mystery series. Very cool. All right. Well, rest in peace there, Charles Drake. All right. Now we'll take a look at Sarah Marshall. And unfortunately, we did lose Sarah Marshall in 2014, an actress. She was born May 25th, 1933, in London, England. And she was an actress known for Dave in 1993, The Long Hot Summer in 1958, and of course, Star Trek. She was married to Carl Held and then Mel Bourne, like the Bourne Identity, Bourne. She died on January 18th, 2014, in LA. And she was 80 years old when she passed. Alrighty. Let's see. So she did the one episode of Star Trek in 67. Before that, in 1958, she was in the movie The Long Hot Summer, where she plays Agnes Stewart. Then in 1993, she played in Dave, which was that movie that featured Kevin Kline, who was going to step in as the President of the United States. In that, she played the role of Diane. And then in 1995, she was in the movie Dangerous Minds, where she played Librarian Number 2. And according to the information here, the last thing she worked on was Bad Blood in 2012. She played Mrs. Weston in that. And that was about 2 years before she died. So Sarah Marshall. Very cool. Alrighty. All right, folks. So let's go ahead and take a look at next week's episodes for next Tuesday, whatever time it's going to be. I usually say 12 noon, but it's not going to be that way anymore. There's too many other things going on. So, like I said, always keep the notification bell on. I'm not going to read it right now because my baby's sleeping. But yeah, make sure you keep that on so you know when something's coming up when we do another webcam like this, or once we get the live stream situation fixed, then when we do a live stream. So yeah, make sure you keep those notification bells on. That helps us a lot too. Okay, so from season 2, we've got episodes 13 and 14 for my birthday week. Like I said, which starts Monday, September 22nd. We have Obsession. That's the first episode. And that's the mysterious cloud creature he encountered in his youth. So that's sort of like a, uh, you know, Moby Dick kind of situation where Kirk is playing Ahab, as opposed to when you had William Wyndham, the Commodore Decker, was playing like the Ahab character in the Doomsday Machine episode way back. And so let's see. And then in, whoops, hold on. Right. And then season 2, episode 14 is Wolf in the Fold. That is where, uh, Kirk and the Enterprise computer become detectives after Scotty is accused of murdering women on a pleasure planet. Well, that's where they find out that there's this Rajak. It's, you know, uh, Jack the Ripper, but, back alive. The spirit of Jack the Ripper survived all these thousands of centuries, apparently. So that is next week. That is next Tuesday. That's a good episode, though. Alrighty. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, right, Jim. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay, so Kronos did say rock on. He says, I'm not a content creator. Okay, well, no worries, Kronos. Please, don't worry about that. Mikey, did you like the movie First Contact? I certainly did. I thought it was a great movie. And hello, Sir Lemon. One of our managing mods is here to help out tonight. Thank you, Sir Lemon Pie. Hello there, my friend. Kronos is saying, hey, Lemon. Uh, Kronos says, can I make swimmer jokes? Oh, sure, if you want to, Kronos. Whatever. That's fine. Who cares, right? It's almost 2:30 in the morning here, Eastern. I really don't care what happens at this point, honestly. It's been a rough couple weeks. It really has. And I'm getting tired of everything. I really am. Um, it's not good. I've lost it now. It's getting way too much drama and everything else going on. It's hard. It is really tough on me and Suzanne. Let's see. Sir Lemon says, howdy to Kronos. Kronos says, thank you for saying the word actress. Yes, you're welcome. Rest in peace. I don't see myself as 80-ish. Oh, you're not 80. Come on, Kronos. Jim's camera at dawn. Yes, if you have the notification bell on when you wake up in the middle of the night, you can see that Mike is live. Yes, that's true. Kronos, hey Jim. And Kronos to Jim's camera. Kronos says, Scotty was guilty. No, he wasn't. He was not. He was falsely accused. Jim's camera says, greetings, everyone. Kronos says, that was a good OG episode. I agree. And we're in the same time zone. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jim. I didn't know we were in the same Eastern time zone. Okay. What was the OG episode where they aged quickly? It was called The Deadly Years. Kronos. The Deadly Years. Yeah. Here, I'll just type it again for you. The Deadly Years. Yeah, that was a good one. I totally agree. Okay, well, let's see. So we've taken care of those 2 episodes for today. Um, Obviously, as I said, because our situation, me and Suzanne with our StreamYard is not working. So I'm sorry, Gorilla, I won't be there for any of your stream tonight for Cigar Lounge. Sorry about that. Probably won't be there for Thursday. Probably won't be there for Friday either. So, till we get this all resolved. So, yeah. So, and Charlotte, I'm sorry. I can attend your chat, Charlotte, but I can't be there. Um, until my StreamYard situation gets worked on, and until my phone gets to no longer be in suspension or in danger, somebody stealing it, taking the numbers from there, calling in the middle of the night to other people and shit. I have to be careful. We have to be careful. So Suzanne's going to try to solve something in the next couple of days. We'll see what happens. Till then, everything is suspended as far as StreamYard stuff. Yeah. So I apologize to you, Charlotte, too, our dear niece, if you see this, on rewatch. Okay, so really the only other thing is going to be Wednesday. Like I said, where I'm going to be doing episodes 8 and 9 from season 5, which is the final season of A-Team. And let's see here. Did you get hacked? No, Jim, I don't think I got hacked. I think what happened was when we had a homeless man steal my wife's phone. And then it's been a nightmare. Cops won't do anything. Nobody else will do anything. We had to talk to the phone provider that helps us out with our phones, and we had to put them on uh, suspended timing, which means if we get an emergency call, a 911 call or anything like that, that's the only calls we're allowed to receive is emergency calls. They have to say it's an emergency. Yeah. Cronos is sorry to hear that about your wife. Yeah, I know. She's got to get both her knees worked on. It's confirmed. So we're just waiting. It's wait and see. We just, to hear from them. And when she has to go in, I think she's going to get her right knee done first. And then she'll get her left knee done later. Yeah. And then she also, don't forget, she has a right shoulder uh, tendonitis. So she's got to get that worked on as well. Dag, that's terrible. Yeah, Jim, I know. It's a terrible time. Terrible time for all of us. Yeah. Oh, currently, if you're counting on your top fans' uh, ratings right now, James Cameron at Dawn has assumed the number 1 position. Kronos at number 2, and I believe yes, and Mike Seha was at number 1. So Kronos is still holding that his number 2 position there. So in case you guys do follow that, that's something new. Of course, they've added so to your rating scores. Yeah, LOL. Yay, I'm 2. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, well, what's 3? I don't know. I don't know who 3 is. Probably when the next person walks in. If we have somebody here in the next 8 minutes or so, yeah, they'd be number 3. Yeah. Number 1 at waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Grandma would say, nah, I'm 3. Oh, now he is 3. Okay. Okay. So now Cronus is number 3. Okay. Hi, Jim, from Sir Lemon Pie. Sir Lemon Pie now is probably number 1, and then Jim Camera just went to Lemon Hey, number 2. Okay. So let me put this away so I can, get my stuff ready. Get my glasses put away and everything. Eventually, I'm gonna have this out. Put this pen away. I just put the pen up there. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, folks, who's on first? Ha 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 ha. You funny, Sir Lemon. Yeah, Jim is number 2. Oh, that's what it says, Kronos. Ha ha ha. Who's on first? Lemon's number one. Yeah, what's on second? I don't know. Third base. Yeah, 1, 2. What's a number among friends? That's true, Jim. That's true. Lemon isn't first. Right. Exactly. Okay, well, I think it's probably time to go ahead and say goodbye for at least tonight. I don't want to keep you guys too open up or awake too late. Number one is Riker. Yes, he is number one. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Lemon. Okay, so as my wife fondly says, leave everything in God's hands. We always do. So I know things will resolve itself. I hope quickly, and and then we can get back to live streaming and setting up live streams for special events like we've been trying to do, but everything has gone kablooey so far. Thankfully, the webcams here live are working, so that's a good thing. Riker with or without his beard? The beard. I like Riker without a beard. Jonathan Frakes looks great without a beard. I'm not really into it when he had a beard. Don't know why. I just didn't like Frakes with a beard, I guess. Later, y'all. Thank you, Jim. Bearded Riker would never get his own ship. Amen to that, Sir Lemon. Later, number two. Road Colonel, says Jim. Hey, yo! Hello, Miss Raquel. SSG 2211. Welcome, hun. Good to see you. Hey, Raquel. Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, we'll just go a couple more minutes. Okay, so as I said, my wife says, leave everything in God's hands. Larry says, always be yourself. And of course, I always say, always expect the unexpected here. Uh, Always expect the unexpected here and in life, a love and happiness and prayers. Prayers are always answered. So, um, that's about it there. Um, as far as prayers go, I only want to say is please pray for Larry and Diane. Larry of Beers of Adventures. Please pray for Jay Aldridge and his beautiful partner, girlfriend Leanna. Also pray for Jason and his partner Nikki. Um, you know, and also don't forget this coming Sunday over in Glendale, Arizona, Charlie Kirk and his family are going to have his burial service, his memorial service. I believe that Larry and Diane are planning to go to that. And I think Trump will be there too, for sure, for the memorial service. So he better have triple security on his ass, I'm guessing. Raquel says hello to Kronos and big prayers and love. Yeah. So, amen and amen, Lord. We pray for all of our friends, all of our family, all of our acquaintances we know, and everybody we care about. And we ask for this in your name. Amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So, and that's pretty much it. And we can talk about anything right now in the next few minutes if you want, folks. I'm open to anything right now. Lemon says, hi, Raquel. Kronos says, I couldn't be Charlie Kirk. He was smart. Oh, well, Kronos, you're a pretty smart man. You don't have to beat up yourself about that. Lemon says, amen. Thank you, Lemon. Thank you. Um, I'll tell you something. This whole week has been crazy. This past week, I mean, poor Gorilla, he's going through all sorts of stuff. Oh, by the way, I had to delete um, because maybe this was a hack of some extent or whatever. So I did have to delete other people's previous streams and things I had downloaded. I had to delete all that. That was all my playlist. Over 10,000 videos I had downloaded in 5 different playlists. They're all gone. I had to get rid of them. But it was from the good advice. Okay, I did this. It was from good advice by both Raquel and Larry. They both confirmed. They said, just delete them. Just keep the ones that are important to your MikeySuzeFour channel. Because those are the ones that count. Those are the ones that people will go to the liked videos and they'll look at your videos there from your channel. That's the best place to look at them. Yeah. So I said, okay, yeah. So thank you, Raquel, and thank you, Larry, for your solid advice. Thank you. Was difficult, but thank you. Cronin says, I'm sort of kidding. Okay. Raquel says to Lemon, did you see my comment on Gorilla's channel? Gorillas is sleeping? Well, he was. He was up earlier. They had he was doing a stream with Phantom Boomer, uh, which was, they were doing a watch party with Defy Gravity. This is a series, it's a limited series, and they did episode 1, I think, tonight. I told him I could have been there, but my StreamYard, it went my phone because it's suspended and set for emergencies only, and I can't get that changed unless Suzanne can verify that we're safe. Because we did have that other phone stolen, and she had to get a replacement phone for herself too, which was cheaper actually, because the other phone she paid $100 for a month, and then this one was $50, so she got a cheaper phone because she doesn't really need all that information and stuff on hers. I've got all the emergency information on mine, and I just want to make sure that's not hacked, right? So that's why I have that. Did you see my comment on your video, Raquel? Lemon isn't number one. Well, it says he is. Now, guys and gals, don't get into a conniption fit. Mike Sejas, number 3. Oh, he's crying. Oh, it's okay, Mike. LOL. Hey, Mike. Grandma says. Oh boy. Hey, time. Kronos. Yep. Kronos is time. Time, uh, time eternal. That is what Kronos is. His partner Maximilian is locked in time somewhere in space. His entire robot body in a personal hell in space. In space! Mysehouse says, the Greek word relating to time. Yes, I know. Chronos is time. Thank you, Mike. I knew that. I did. Seriously, I did. Let's see. Raquel says, my advice is that I told Mikey is since things are uncertain right now, it would be a good idea just keep the recent live streams and videos up for a day or two. Everything else is private. Well, actually, Raquel, all of my liked videos are in a private setting. So really people don't know which ones I like. Yeah, I already have them set private. Yeah. Yeah, everything else is private. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Maximilian in space. Yeah. Mike Sejas says, yes, sir. Raquel also says, Lemon, no, I did not. And Corona says, I like black holes. Yeah, me too. I would love to see one up close, man. Be totally cool. I don't think I'll ever get out in space. Not in the next 40 years. I don't anticipate that. Unless we're all facing oblivion by an asteroid and they figure out some way to get us off this planet and on board the International Space Station or the ISS. Or can they get us on Moonbase Alpha, which is what they're still planning to build sometime in this century on the moon. So who knows? Otherwise, we're trapped here, and of course, the asteroid will destroy us all. It'll destroy us all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kronos says, you don't want to see a black hole up close. Why not, Kronos? I know. But, but just funny. Just would like to see it maybe from a distance, possibly, if my DNA is shared among other people and they can recreate me and put me out in space and do the same for Suzanne. We can get back together in our next lives. Who knows? You don't know. Future's uncertain. Don't know what's going to happen ever. So, yeah. Yeah, so I want to say before we get to the top of the hour, and we'll go to the top of the hour if we can, um, you know, make sure that you say God bless America, God bless Canada, God bless the UK, God bless the rest of this world. Make sure you become the stewards of it, because we only have one Earth, and don't ever piss off Mother Nature ever, please. and of course, as Gene Siskel said, who used to work for the Chicago Tribune, was with Ebert. And of course, they're both gone now. But he used to say, and now the aisle's closed. So I want to make sure I threw that in. And of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour, and behalf of myself and Suzanne and our two cats, Moonpie and Deja Vu. So we love you guys and gals. Raquel says, I'm going to have some pasta and croissants. Oh, you should have seen what I had tonight, Raquel. I had some wonderful chicken, a chicken salad sandwich with pickles, dill pickles, crunchy dill pickles, sweet pickles, by the way, the small little things. And I had some homemade potato salad that was made for us this past Sunday. And it was great. And then I got my Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. So it was great. I need food. Thanks to Raquel for reminding me. LOL, Raquel. You're welcome, Cronus. He bows. I'll make a sandwich. Yeah, I might make myself a PB&J, or I'm still hungry later. I got a lot of deleting to do. I have deletes to do. A lot of stuff. Yeah, so I think I'll just keep our liked videos, just forego the playlist and make our videos, private for now, till we can get stuff fixed. Raquel says, "What kind of sandwich?" Chrono says, "I don't know." Well, just make anything there, Kronos. I'm doomed. What do you have something in your refrigerator? Go look in your refrigerator, my friend. See what you can find, my brother. Brother Kronos and Brother Max. See what you can find in there. We got 6 likes and we have 3 people watching. Still cool. All our love to you, Raquel, and Moira Kitty, of course. Meow meow. We've got our beautiful Deja Vu is over on the bed, laying next to Suzanne, and we've got Moon Pie somewhere. I think she's looking for some cockroaches back in the kitchen or in the bathroom. That is a conundrum, food-wise. Yeah, it is a conundrum. It's a paradox. See if he can find his food. Yeah, a hard salami sandwich. Ooh, that would work. Teehee. Can you find some mayo on that, Kronos? Mayo, uh, mustard, maybe some pickles on the side too. Good stuff. Yum, Raquel says. Yes. Yum yum. Definitely. Cheese. There you go. Salami and cheese sandwich with mayo and mustard. That's always good. Hope the lettuce is still good. Yeah, lettuce. Oh, and a tomato. Add a tomato to your salami sandwich. Always good to have the veggies. Yeah, so like I said, I'm really glad that you folks came in tonight. Um, there's just a lot of bad things going on right now. I talked to Larry earlier. I don't want to go into the much of what we said in the conversation, but it's not good. His health is okay. It's not about his health. It's about other things that are going on in chats and streams lately and podcasts. I like tomato salad on the side. Ooh, that does sound good, Kronos. Indeed. Yeah. Indeed, with the lettuce. With the lettuce. Absolutely. Yeah, so, but Larry's doing okay. He says he's about 80% healthy. 80 out of 100. That's not bad. Yeah. With, of course, 100 being 100% healthy and he's doing all right. Totally. But no, he said he's at about 80%. I honestly told him at least in one part of the conversation, I said to him, hey, brother, if you be 50% healthy, halfway healthy or above, it's usually a good thing. But if you're at 80%, that is still pretty good. Kronos says, basically tomatoes sliced up with your favorite dressing. Yeah, well, my favorite dressing is French dressing. I love French dressing. That's my ultimate favorite. But I don't mind ranch and I don't mind Thousand Island dressing. Those are good too. And I love vinaigrette. I am a huge vinaigrette fan. I love balsamic. I love raspberry, raspberry. Um, I've had strawberry vinaigrette. There's some good stuff. I don't know French. Oh, yeah, but French dressing is fantastic. I'm glad that Larry is doing well. Me too, Raquel. And Raquel says, me either, Cronus. I don't know French. I can pronounce some French phrases, but I just don't know how to speak French. Not flat out like that. Spanish, maybe. Yeah. I can go down to Mexico City and talk in Spanish, but very little, very little. Un poco, they say. Yeah. Very little Spanish speaking. Cronus says LOL. Yeah. Okay, well, before we go, oh, I like Parm Italian. Okay, Chromo says. Yeah, Italian dressing by itself is good. But yeah, Parmesan Italian, not bad. Yeah, definitely okay. All right, well, before we go, let's go ahead and thank Kronos and Maximilian for coming here tonight. Dressing, that is. Yes, I knew what you meant, Kronos. Raquel SSG 2211. Remember, everybody I mentioned in the chat, make sure you go to their channels and subscribe. Don't forget, hit the like button for today. Don't forget also to subscribe to our friends' channels and this one as well. We have 315 wonderful family members as subs. And, we only need 35 more to get to our next level, which is 350. And we are really hoping we can get to 500 by the end of this year so we can start becoming monetized. And that would be great. I would love to be that so I can help Suzanne out with any future, bills that come up, with her knees, her shoulder, things like that. So, yeah. So, like I said, so we have Kronos. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I have honey mustard too, lemon. Sir lemon, sorry. Yeah, I do have honey mustard as well. I have put that on a sandwich with salami or ham, right? Or chicken, either way. Kronos says, I can't subscribe anymore. I know, Kronos. Your subscription took care of you and Max both at the same time. So don't worry about it, dude. And don't unsubscribe and then try to come back and subscribe again. Don't do that. You're already subscribed and I got you as a standard mod. You don't need to go back and subscribe. I'm just talking about other people that haven't had a chance to see this channel yet. And we would love to introduce this channel to other people in the YouTube community all over the place. Would absolutely love to do that. Okay, so for Sir Lemon Pie, our managing moderator, for Miss Raquel, SSG 2211, for Kronos, and we also have the wonderful Mike Seha from Sweden, my brother there. Thank you, Mike. You were the first in the box tonight. And let's see. Jim's camera at Dawn. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, like I said, make sure that you get a chance to go highlight their names. And if you want to do it that way, that's fine. Just go and highlight their name, go to their channel, Everybody should be able to because you all have blue wrenchies. So yeah, if you want to go that way, that's totally fine. Just do that. Click on them. Say go to that part where it says go to channel. You know those three dots. Go to channel. Subscribe to them if you haven't subscribed yet. Please do that. Okay, I think we got everybody. Yes, we did. Okay. Yeah. Now remember, any time in the future, if I do forget anyone at all, please remind me. Let me know. It would be very helpful. And Raquel says Moira Kitty sends hugs. Aww. Meow meow. We love you both, gals. You're both dear sisters to us, and we love you, and we love your cats. Pumpkin for you there, Raquel, and all the babies over there for Miss Moira. Make sure you go to their channels. Make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Like I said, it's too late, so I'm not going to read the thing. But, if you get a chance, so that you'll be notified of all the times that you have a webcam live, or a podcast live, or a live stream. You know. And Kronos says, I'm like Scotty with the accent. I can't give her any more. Kronos says, Moira rocks. Meow meow. I absolutely agree, Raquel. Okay, well, that should be all for tonight, folks. Tomorrow, Wednesday, which is the 17th, I'm not sure what time yet. I want to do the reviews for the 18. It'll be sometime in the morning, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I'm just going to do it whenever. I really don't have any set times now anymore. I can't because there's other things going on. And I know Gorilla may not be happy with that because I know he looks forward to seeing my things in the afternoon, but I don't really have anything else I can do right now. Yeah. Later, taters. Pity didn't foos. Thank you. Thank you, Kronos and Max. You two are awesome. Kronos, you're great. Thank you so much. We love you, guy. Absolutely. And Raquel says Gorilla will be doing a cigar lounge probably later today. Yeah, I know. I know, Raquel. But I can't attend. I can't be there on the panel, and we got too much stuff to work on here to get these phones fixed, to where I can just, you know, I just want to make sure that everything is resolved with this issue, so that by that time, and I told Gorilla that earlier before he did his live stream with Phantom Boomer and PvP. I need to get that all resolved before we can get started and come back. Understandable. Yeah. Thank you, Raquel. You can pass that along to when you see Gorilla tonight. Pass it along to him, or if you want to send him a message, we're friends, you, me, and Moira. Through Facebook. If you want to send him a Facebook Messenger to let him know of that, that would be mostly helpful. That would be very mostly helpful. So yeah, just let him know. It's probably cool. All right, so like I said, one more time, on behalf of myself and wonderful Suzanne, of course, our beautiful baby cats, Moonpie Deja Vu, we want to thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for being here for us tonight. Sure, I will send him a message. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you so much, dear. You're awesome. Yeah, we want to thank you all for being here. We've got 6 likes, so that's cool. Waves from Kronos. Good to see you, Kronos. Good to see you, Mike. Say hi, everybody. Good to see you, Sir Lemon. Everybody that came in tonight. And all of you take care, and we'll see you again Wednesday, sometime Wednesday. And we'll do the 2 more episodes from 18. We're almost done. And then we'll be left with Get Smart every Monday and TOS Still until that's finished every Tuesday. And then Get Smart will be the last one we'll finish for the year for now. So, all right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. And I'll just type one less. And there you go. God bless all of you here and always. Take care, everyone. Take care, everyone, and God bless. We'll see you next time. Later, y'all, from Raquel. Thank you, Raquel.